Hello Taurus, and welcome to your reading for July 2024. My name is Jared Walters. We are using the Angel Tarot deck here this evening to do your reading for you. And we're going to have a look at what's coming up for you in July 2024. This I hope will resonate as many Taurus as possible. It might not resonate with all of you. This is why I'll be doing other readings on the channel. But the idea is to try and give out a message that will help and give guidance from Spirit to as many people as possible through doing these videos. I also offer personal readings from my website, which is jaredwalters.co.uk. But if you'd like to follow along with this video and see if you can gain some guidance, you can give it a like or subscribe. I'd be very, very grateful, as this is a very young channel, a very new channel, and it's going to be the foundation of my projects and things spiritually moving forward, and I hope that it's going to be something that you might find benefit from. It is. Take a look at some of the paranormal stuff I've done on jaredwalters.co.uk and some of the spiritual articles and things there, and you might gain insight and guidance there as well. So Taurus, we are looking at July 2024, and before I even unturn the cards, I want to just pick up on some sensations, vibrations and feelings I'm getting from Spirit. This is a month where things may start getting moving. You may have had like some delays with like projects or things that are going on at the moment. Perhaps these are like things like home improvements, or they could be things at work, or pursuits of hobbies and interests. But the main sort of energy I'm picking up first of all is all about sort of delayed reactions. So some people might experience some delays and things maybe not getting sort of started the way you want to get started. Other people may have been having these delays and are now finding this to start to free up. But what the energy is flowing, the energy that is showing me, what the energies I'm picking up are showing me is that this is a turning point. This is a time where new projects can get started, existing projects can go to the next level, and things will get moving. It's just, it feels like a bumpy start. It's almost like when you start your car, the starting motor wasn't working. I don't know if you remember these back in the 90s. Is if the starting motor wasn't working that well in the car, you'd kind of roll it on a hill and it'd kind of kick in, like, and the engine would kind of start. It's a bit like that. So, Justice. Now this is definitely a very interesting card because it feels like with this is the efforts that you've put into something, right? Or the removal of negative blocks that have blocked these things from happening. So, for example, some of these delays that you've been experiencing could be down to mismanagement of something, or mismanagement at work, or some issues you've been having in the workplace surrounding sort of managerial decisions or things out of their control. But also, this can be a righting of a wrong, okay? As in you receiving justice for something, as in if something around you has not been quite right and you've been seeking some sort of solution, then this is the time where you're going to start to see those positive sort of outcomes coming in. But we want to kind of remain grounded with this as well. I feel for a lot of you, this justice is surrounding your family life and your work life. Now this could be how obviously work and income are affecting family. So for some of you it could be the fact that you've been overlooked for promotion a couple of times, and perhaps this is the month where you get that promotion, right? But it's sort of surrounding a good outcome, but a grounded outcome as well. So if you have really big expectations, really lofty expectations for an outcome, then you might be sort of disappointed. However, what you can expect is an outcome that's like a compromise. It works for all sides, but also eliminates the issues that created the injustice in the first place. So just be aware of that. This is a time where we could start to put things straight. And that sort of ties into the forward moving energy I had and delays and that sort of thing. You know, this is a time where we can remove sort of negative blockages to get things moving and get things started, okay? Life experience. This is a good time for learning, right? Now, what you may find is for some of you, these delays and things that you've been having, or this inability to get started with a project, or like find a job, or for some of you that could be another manifestation of this. It's coming down to life lessons. It's coming down to what is the block. And by identifying the block that's been causing things to slow down or not move forward, that's been halting momentum for you, by understanding where that block is coming from, if that's another person, if that is a belief system, whatever it happens to be, you know, it's learning the relevant skills. So if you confront this again, you could perhaps make things go a lot smoother. Some of you may also have been sort of procrastinating and have been holding off because of one reason or another. Perhaps this might be a feeling of, I don't know if I can do this. That can be the barrier as well, like sort of confidence and self-esteem, right? And that sort of ties into this to say, look, you know, you are going to get those comebacks that show you this is the right move, right? So if you've had an idea that you want to put into practice, for example, or something you want to do and you're not quite sure about it, you've been indecisive about it, the more you're indecisive now, the more it's going to hold you back. So sometimes in life we have to make a decision. It may not be the right decision, but it might be a decision we have to live with for the interim. However, with these four cards together, it's giving me a positive vibe that this is whatever your sort of intuition is telling you, or whatever the signs or facts or logic is telling you, the way in which you sort of feel the most drawn to and the way that makes you feel the least vulnerable is the way to move forward. And it's upon the reflection of that, even if it leads to a possible failure, the reflection of that failure will lead to the next success, if that makes sense. So you've kind of got this sort of forward momentum, things starting, have kind of sort of started to work things out. We're getting rid of the blocks, we're getting rid of the negativity, we want to start to move forward, we want to start to make these changes. All that energy is working in play for you at the moment, and it's going to create a broader but better outcome for you. However, it feels like it's the branches of a tree. It's not the main course that you're going on. It's the various other things that's going to be touched upon along the way, if that makes sense. So if you're, for example, going into a new job, you know, you might understand how that job works, but because the people that you meet and some of the, let's say the clientele, for example, that you're dealing with, you're going to be learning new things along the way that's going to further enrich your ability to do that job more efficiently further down the road. If it's a family circumstance, for example, you might find that you've been holding off doing certain things around the home, and now you're perhaps finding that you're having a lot more time. Perhaps you decided, okay, we haven't got the money for a summer vacation, but we're going to do lots of little trips, we're going to do lots of things around the home, and lots of we're going to have that family time, but use it in a different way. So you're still getting the best from that time you may have away from work and time with the family, even though it's not in what you're exactly looking for. You'll find that the decision that you've made, the compromise you made, actually turns out better than what you were originally going to do in the first place. So I hope that kind of makes sense to you. Challenging information. Now, I feel for some of you, there's more challenging times going on, okay? This could be to do with relating to some of you, like, it could be even like criminal offences and things like that, right? Things that involve the law, whether it's a civil law or whether it's a criminal law, okay? But I feel like the more that you allow yourself to sacrifice certain beliefs that you held on to, and the more that you sort of open your mind to new possibilities or other people's perspectives, that doesn't mean you have to accept them, but perhaps accept that that's that person's point of view, or that's that person's perspective, and how can I meet them in the middle without compromising my own values to get the best outcome. So, like, settling disputes is also a running theme, Taurus, for you this month. However, you have the ability for these outcomes to be favourable to you. And the reason is you're shedding some of your past. You're shedding some of your skin. So where there's compromise energies coming in, it might be in order to bring something that's possibly been like long term to an end. You may accept a job offer that might not be exactly the job you want, but the job you can do, so that you can bring an end to the period of inactivity in your life, for example. You may, for example, decide not to go abroad on holiday and stay in this country or your own country, but it turns out you have a better time of it. And I feel like connections with family, with children, are very important. Time with nature is very important, but slower paced activities also favourable this July. Alright? Taking things one step at a time, which kind of factors in with that sort of delayed energy that you want things to work out properly. And if that takes a little bit longer, then it's a sacrifice sort of worth making. So surrounding your energy, this is a good time for learning, self-experience, self-expression. Expect delays, but also, things are going to work out in your favour because you are now moving into a newer chapter of your life and your personal year. You're kind of, now getting sort of started, and we're getting into the meat of some of the themes you're going to be experiencing over the course of the next personal year that you're going through in your life. So I'm just going to draw some moon cards just to basically give you to put the full stop on the reading. So I like these cards. They're very, very direct. They're very poignant, positive, and uplifting. So with regards to life experience and justice, we have look at the bigger picture. So you might not get everything that you need, but you will get. You might not get everything you want, but you'll get what you need. So look at the bigger picture with this, okay? Things can work out the way you want them to, but you need to make definitive decisions. You can't be indecisive doing this situation. Confidence is key. As you can see here, the renewal, challenging information, the things that are looking up, okay? For things to sort of move in the direction you want them to, right? You've got to have the confidence, you've got to look at the bigger picture, but also understand it's time to take action. You need to kickstart that forward momentum. If you do that, and you're working on that sort of side of things, and you're proactive in the process, the outcome this month is going to be very favourable to you. So I hope that has made a bit of sense to you, Taurus. It is a little bit choppy, but there's a lot of themes going on there. And I hope that they will resonate with you and what you're going through. I do try and keep these things general so they can be relatable to as many people as possible. So thank you very much for watching the video, Taurus, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Take a look at my video on the UK general election if you're in the UK and you want to find out what the outlook is for the next 5 years of the next Parliament and what we can all be experiencing in the UK. And you can also have a look at the general message for mankind for 2024, which talks about why a lot of us are having a rough time at the moment. Check out my website at www.giantmodels.co.uk, and thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon for the next video.